Sometimes I really hate my inability to think ahead. Stayed up until like 5 in the morning, planned on waking up before class at least an hour early, possibly 2 hours early. Go to like CVS or Walmart or Target and get a glossy picture printed out. The only thing I still had to do for this thing for class, and forgot to charge my phone. It then subsequently, I think that's the right word there, anyways, it then died. So the alarms didn't go off. Wake up, it's now 12:46. I have class at 1:15. So I think I'm just gonna print out using my printer the picture and lose points for it not being on glossy photo paper. Good morning, SHunShiners and possibly SHunShaders. So, there's also something else that I forgot to do that I quickly did. It was a questionnaire thing. So now I'm gonna head to class. I'm gonna be a little bit late, but at least I'll have all the components of the portfolio to turn in, whether or not the picture is on glossy paper. And apparently I'm not the only person who's not printing their picture on glossy paper, because glossy paper in general costs a lot of money, and if you don't want to go out and buy the glossy paper, set up your printer with the ability to print on said paper, because it's like a certain setup for some printers. It's also expensive to have your photo printed at various places, so I'm saving money, and I should stop talking and get to class. If I didn't say it already, good afternoon, SHunShiners and possibly SHunShaders. Well, isn't this an interesting turn of events? Apparently, I don't have class until 9 p.m. It is also not the day that I have the class that I have to turn in this portfolio for. So I'm rather confused. Why is it due today if today we don't have the class that we have to do it for? Is it meant to be turned in digitally? Because that's confusing, saying they wanted us to have a glossy picture. How can we have a glossy photo paper picture in an email or some other kind of link? But on the bright side, I actually kinda have time to possibly actually print out a glossy photo at like 7-Eleven, not 7-Eleven, sorry, like CVS or Target or something. So yeah, I'm gonna find out how this thing is supposed to be turned in if we don't have that class today. Okay, I got my answer. I have to turn it in apparently before 3 p.m. And by turn it in, I physically have to drive into school, go to the film production office, and actually hand it to them. So I should eat some breakfast, even though it's 1 p.m. Have some caffeinated something or other, go to CVS or something, print out my glossy picture, and head to school to turn it in, come back here and putz around until 9 p.m. Okay, so the strangest thing just happened. Came to Target to print out my picture, and I had it on a USB drive. Put the USB drive into the Kodak printing machine thing that they have, and it says there's nothing on the USB drive, which is completely incorrect. So I'm gonna go back to my apartment, put the photo back onto the USB drive because somehow it did not transfer, and then come back to Target and print it out all before 3 p.m., which is in a half an hour. So I make it all the way here, a little bit late, I may add, and turns out, yeah, I need a binder or a folder to put it in. So I'm heading back to Target for the third time in almost 2 to 3 hours. Hopefully, when I get back to Full Sail, the bin that I'm supposed to put my resume thing into is still there. If it is, then maybe nobody will notice that I handed it in late, quote unquote. And the fucking turn-in bin is no longer there. Seriously, I was gone less than a half an hour. I had my thing ready on time. I just didn't realize it needed to be in a folder. I thought there would be something, I don't know, like a folder to put it in instead of needing a folder or a binder or something for it. So now, if I can turn it in late, I'll just lose some points, probably. But if I can't turn it in because it's past the deadline, then I'm stuck being a PA, which was technically one of my choices. And I have like 5 1,000-word essays I have to write for each production meeting that I'm not going to wind up being at because I didn't turn the f***ing thing in on time. I was gone less than a half an hour. Should have just found a staple, stapled it, and put it in and dealt with the repercussions of not having a folder. Instead, I rushed to Target, and as always happens when you're running late, I hit every single red light, which is like 3 or 4 between here and Target. God damn it. Okay, it's marked as being late, but I was able to hand it in. All I had to do was knock on the door to get into the office area, and then I was able to fill out what I had to fill out and turn it in. So, all is well that ends well. I don't know if I mentioned it, but the top job that I wanted next month, I think, on the 60mm film shoot was craft services. Aside from liking food, why did I choose that instead of an actual position like director or cinematographer or something like that? Well, if I were to choose one of those top tier jobs, yeah, the whole film could possibly be ruined if I mess up. Not really comfortable with that amount of pressure on my shoulders. Also, I'd rather do digital. I know film is still done and such, but it is slowly being phased out, even at Full Sail. So, I'd rather deal with the digital realm, I guess. Also, being the person for craft services, I have to possibly go out to all the restaurants again like I did for DCI when I was technically UPM, and basically pitch myself and the project essentially to the eating establishment and convince them to support us by giving us food, a donation of food, which will help me in the future when I want to pitch myself and my ideas to potential investors who will then invest their money in the stuff that I'm making. So actually it does kind of help me, more so than, I guess, directing, since I wanted to do that when I went into Full Sail. No longer want to do that. Well, I'm gonna head to bed because tomorrow is a smaller film shoot thing on actual 16mm film to get us used to using the 16mm film. So need to rest up to wake up at 8:30 a.m. Earliest I've had to go to class in, I think, almost 2 months. Maybe only 1. Anyways, I am going to be the props master. All your props belong to me. Anyways, good night, whoever's watching this. See you tomorrow. Well, I won't see you, but you will see me. If you enjoy watching my vlogs, even though I'm still really far behind in the uploads, feel free to hit that subscribe button and possibly share it with a friend.
There's a vlog on the web featuring Ben STALK that he shoots every day as he walks and talks. If you're Bigfoot in the woods or producers in LA, you should stop all your shit and watch SHunShineSHate. 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 Has nothing to do with Florida, but it's great. If you can't wait, don't get irate. Just stay in your sheet, cause it's SHunShineSHate.